Hi, I'm Michael Wargo, team pilot with Hobbyking, and today I've got something I'm really personally pretty excited about, and this is the Extra NG. This is a new 3D aircraft, and everybody knows that's my gig is 3D. I love 3D planes. I do want to tell you that there's a lot of things I really love about this aircraft, and one is big, strong servos. Something I talked to Hobbyking about a while back that I'm really excited to see implemented in the new models is much beefier hardware and push rods, so we don't risk any blowback or anything like that. This area is very easy to work in. It's got a huge, this canopy is just huge and a lot of room inside. Wings go on really easy with just like a thumb screw. I think from the standpoint of build and everything else like this, it's really awesome. Always the test is in the flying. I have not touched it. It has not seen the air. I finished building it, but I thought, you know, what better thing to do than give you a first impressions video as I'm literally discovering what this thing can do. So I'm going to do a quick flight with a Maiden. To make sure everything is right, the CG, everything else, and once I've got it dialed in just a little bit, I'll do a few things with it and just see how it handles the high energy and the low slow and stuff like that. Unlike a lot of the others, I have had nothing to do with this design, just in case anyone's interested in that. But I'm really anxious to see it fly and feel what it flies like myself. So here we go. It's always so hard to do with an aerobatic plane, but I'm just going to take off nice and smooth and level and just trim it out. All right. Seems to be flying up on its own, but everything else seems to be pretty straight. Couple clicks of down trim. Okay, I think I got it. I am going to do a quick check of the CG, see where we're at. I'm going to fly it and do stuff with it anyway. I think it's a little nose heavy where it's at, so we're going to, you know, let's just fix that and take her back up. So I think it's better to just land it and I'll do a nice takeoff. Take off.
Flight mode 3.
All right. All right. Here's the stuff I expect it's going to do very well. Wow. That was a nice surprise. Well, I had a feeling it was going to be able to do those things pretty well, so this is going to be kind of fun.
Time remaining 4 minutes.
Well, it's harriering pretty nice. It's just a bit surprising. It's flying a little lighter than I thought it would. Wow. This is some serious power. Let's see how it does in a... That is some interesting tumbling, and it's got a lot of elevator. I'm going to go ahead and put it back into a knife edge spin. If I can just hold the spin. Wow. Very nice. It's failing at that because of
Flight mode 3.
Too much elevator.
Minus 6 minutes.
Definitely not behaving like it should. See that. All right.
20 seconds.
That was a little surprising. That's, I guess I just didn't give enough, put enough rudder in to really,
Flight mode 3.
hold that knife edge really strong, or have a higher angle of attack. So I'm going to go on my high rates now. Let's just see how the ailerons do with the quick snaps. Wow, that was kind of shockingly fast. Beautiful though. Okay, in that first couple of little tests, in my opinion, the elevator is insane. So on full rates, where this thing is, that much elevator is only good for one thing really, and that's tumbling, because with that much elevator, it tends to destabilize the plane. It's just not stable if you put too much elevator in it when you're harrying and stuff like that. So I did what I did with a lot of planes like the Addiction XL. I made a third rate just for rolling harriers. The ailerons are too fast. They're not too fast. They're just too fast for this particular, some of these maneuvers. So you just have to alter them a little bit. In my Before You Fly It series, the pilot's perspective, I'll give you all my settings and how I set it up. But for right now, I definitely dulled down all of them. And it's even going to be helpful in a lot of the tumbling and stuff like that, because coming out of it with that much elevator, it gets a little, could make the plane a little wonky as you're flying. So let's see how this rate works. And
Flight mode 3.
that was really nice, the way it stopped. With any other planes other than the PA planes, I'm always very afraid, to do that death dive, because unfortunately a lot of times they just don't come out level. But I think in this case, it's going to definitely do that. I can point it at the ground, push it down, and have it come out, without it pulling left or right, because it can be pretty dangerous.
Flight mode 1.
All right, we're going to... keeping that 16-point roll straight, it's like this one, you see it turning. Keeping it straight is a trick. And single rolling loop. All right, we're going to try a single rolling loop. See if it does.
Time remaining 3 minutes.
I'm going to try a single rolling circle, but I'm going to have to be up a little
Flight mode
higher
2.
because of the trees. A little sloppy, but it worked.
mode 3.
All right. See if I can bring it in close.
Flight mode.
Okay, for those of you unfamiliar with, how some of the design elements work, this plane has a fairly short moment, and what that means is it's going to tumble a lot. If the fuselage is longer, it's a little more difficult to get the tail up over the nose. If the moment is short, it'll spin like a top. And depending on the types of things you like to do, especially you can see how quick the snap rolls were and stuff like that. Some people love it, some people hate it. For me, I love buying and flying aircraft for the mood I'm in. So if I want to do a lot of tumbling, this is a great aircraft for that. The thing is, like I said, it's doing all the low and slow stuff very well. It's a larger and a heavier plane,
Remaining 3 minutes.
and with this level of wing loading, you're doing a little more work in the throttle. You see me doing a lot of things with some really light aircraft, and it doesn't require quite as much, but all you need to do is pay attention to the aircraft, and you should have a lot of success with this when you're down low and slow.
Flight mode 1.
All right, the wind is really funny right now, as it always tends to be at this club, but I'm gonna try and bring it in close.
Time remaining 4 minutes. Flight mode 1.
The wind is blowing it away from me, which is a problem. All right, we're gonna try out my new rate here. I think it's also possible that my battery moved.